Joining me now is Hans von Spakovsky, Senior Legal Fellow at the Heritage Foundation. Hans, welcome back to the program. How bad is this for President Trump? Does Cohen's guilty plea mean the president violated the law?
No, I don't think so, and I say that as a former commissioner on the Federal Election Commission. Look, Cohen pled guilty to a supposed campaign finance violation for making payments that I guess you could call hush money to two women who claimed they'd had affairs with the president when he was not a president. The problem is that that theory that this was a campaign-related expense, that's a dubious theory under campaign finance laws. And remember, the government tried this theory once before. Remember the prosecution of John Edwards, former Democratic presidential candidate, when campaign contributors paid $1 million to his mistress. The government lost that case, and I think most experts would say this was not a campaign finance violation.
Okay, so then, Hans, clarify for me, what exactly is the law?
Well, what Cohen pleaded guilty to was making a contribution to the campaign that was above the limit, and also for making a corporate contribution, because apparently corporate funds were used to make these payments. But all of that is only a violation of the law if it was a campaign-related expense. And that's where the government's theory fails. Like I said, if they actually tried to prosecute Cohen instead of scaring him into a guilty plea, I actually think they would have lost in court the same way they lost when they tried that theory against John Edwards.
Okay, so then if there's any evidence of wrongdoing of any kind, can the president be indicted?
No, the longtime opinion of the U.S. Justice Department under both Democratic and Republican administrations is that a sitting president cannot be criminally charged or indicted.
Well, as you know, speculation about impeachment is increasing. How realistic is that? And can you impeach a president for illegal activity that occurred before he became president?
Well, look, in essence, impeachment is a political offense, not a legal offense. And it's whatever members of the House and then the U.S. Senate believe are grounds for impeachment. So, yes, that could happen. But unless the makeup of the current Congress changes, I don't think there's any chance of impeachment being successful.
How does Cohen's plea relate to the Mueller investigation, or does it?
Well, it doesn't really relate to the Mueller investigation. Now, Cohen's lawyer, Lanny Davis, has been hinting that his client knows more and is going to be saying more, but we don't really have any evidence of what he might have that could possibly be relevant to the Russian collusion investigation. And the guilty plea didn't have anything to do with that.
Okay, so many important topics here and ones that we're going to continue to cover on our program. Hans von Spakovsky, Senior Legal Fellow at the Heritage Foundation, thanks so much for being with us.
Thanks for having me.